Hello and welcome to Fresh Faced One Shots. My name is Joey.
And I'm Jacob.
And today we are back with Superman and Absolute Power. And we're back with Jamal fucking Campbell, who's back on art for this tie-in to Absolute Power. This is Superman number 16. I don't know what that structure of that intro was, but I'm really excited that Jamal Campbell is back on art. Holy fuck. Oh, I really missed
it was you fanboying, Joey. That's what it was.
God, opening this issue today, I was, oh my god, so excited, so happy.
Yeah. I mean,
love it.
Kind of a shame that this might be one of the last couple issues that Campbell draws for the run, because they announced recently Dan Mora is taking over as primary artist soon.
I mean, nobody will complain about Dan Mora, of course.
No.
But I mean, Jamal Campbell for me is, despite the fact that he has done a relatively small amount of issues in this larger run, I think for me has just been so much of the look and feel of Williamson's Superman.
He set the tone, and his style. I don't want to say the other artists were emulating, but they were taking cues in terms of layouts and vibe. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like they weren't being derivative, but like Campbell put down an opening shot, and everyone has to follow that opening shot to their own way. But also,
I do really like that. I do really like that in one of his last issues on the run, we do get his take on Ma and Pa Kent, which I think are just perfect here.
So sweet. Interesting. So if you've been following one shots, and we've also been covering Tom King's Wonder Woman, I don't know which of these is coming first.
I'm not sure yet.
This is another discussion of how writers deal with their books being interrupted for tie-ins to big events, and Williamson's approach is to actually tie it in, try to weave both story threads together.
Yeah, so we talked in our Wonder Woman discussion that, like, you know, Tom King is an event guy. He's not going to directly tie his main story into the big event of DC going on right now. But Williamson very much is a DC Comics event whore, and he's got a knack for it. He has written a fair few events. He's really damn good at it. He's just fine tying into it.
He actually does a really good job here of weaving things in, and dealing with a massive cast for this issue,
but still keeping it so focused on the characters that he's already used in the run, which I really like. Plus Zatanna, of course, which I will never complain.
Plus Zatanna, I have a feeling Williamson really likes Zatanna and is like, okay, can I have Zatanna for my tie-ins? And someone at DC said yes.
I am also a big Zatanna fan myself. I'm really actually excited that she has that miniseries coming out, Bring Down the House. I did read the first issue by Mariko Tamaki. Just, beautiful. Love it. Give me more Zatanna things. But yeah.
That's another we need to read something from for the podcast eventually, because
totally.
She's done a couple of things that
Tamaki. I really like Tamaki's Detective Comics, actually. That's a really good. But yeah, anyway, I do like the sort of dream sequence we open on here of Clark putting on a magic show for Ma and Pa Kent, which beautifully transitions into Superman bleeding out in front of Mr. Terrific.
The transition was genuinely gave me chills.
It was shocking. Like I didn't know where the scene was going, and I was still looking at the full page, and Pa Kent was like, the red on your shirt is that part of the magic, and the way that transitioned into that title page, seeing the blood spread on little Clark's shirt. I thought that was great. I thought that was really, really great. We have Terrific operating on Superman after he's been shot in Absolute Power #1, which we did cover on the main in Fresh Face One Shots. You can find that on the channel recently. We get a little recap of what has happened in Absolute Power so far, and then we catch up with Zatanna herself, who is sort of hiding away from Waller's task force that she's sending out during all this.
She's trying to get into the House of Mystery, I think, is what she's trying to do when we see her. Magic has been suppressed, powers have been suppressed.
And I really love something that really struck me about. And we've praised the pacing of Williamson's Superman issues so much throughout our discussion of this run so far. But I think it's something really small that just amazed me here that I thought was perfect was just the one panel flashback to Zatanna and Bruce when they were younger, of Bruce just saying, "Hey, at some point, you may not, magic may not be useful. I could teach you a thing or two." Then you cut back to the present. Zatanna starts kicking ass, physically. And Bruce taught her how to fight. That's all you need. Just that little panel there tells you everything you need to know. How Zatanna's getting out of the situation once she is caught by these guys. It's really, really great. It's this perfect little moment that I think it's so simple too. I think it's amazing.
Reading it this week it's really interesting for me based on where I live and what's going on right now.
Goddamn.
Those who know.
Yeah.
Those who don't worry about it. Yeah.
All that said, sorry, go ahead.
Williamson is also just really good at, for lack of a better term, I've really mentioned this before, throwing in fucking twists. Mm-hmm. Like, Mercy Graves coming down from the sky saves to get Zatanna out of there. I'm like,
I think we've talked a lot in talking about this run about how much do we believe Lex Luthor is a good guy and how much do we believe in Supercorp, but so much of an extension of that is Mercy Graves genuinely working for and believing in Superman. So she rescues Zatanna, brings her to the Fortress of Solitude, where Mercy has presumably brought all of these other heroes here. We see the Titans here, we see Black Canary, a couple others. I love this moment here with Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, and Red Tornado, where Blue Beetle is getting racist against robots, and Red Tornado gets all offended at it. Great little moment there. But yeah, I just really love this extension of like Mercy Graves just genuinely believing in Superman and working for Supercorp. We see that Superman has been put in his recovery suit, a la Death and Return of Superman. Looks beautiful.
I have a theory that Campbell just really wanted to draw this suit.
It's so good. It looks so good in this style. Campbell absolutely crushes it. It's great.
Possibly the best style it's looked like since the original Death and Return. Maybe
it's possible. It's very possible. It's really good.
And I of course love the characterization of Superman of just pushing forward despite taking several bullets, and it's very much hinted that he is healing at like a normal human rate.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then this moment is so fucking good where Mercy is talking about how she saved Superman and saved as many as she could, and it's still not enough for her. And just this amazing moment then when Clark consoles her and just hugs her and says, I know you did your best. Thank you. And after all that, Mercy still goes out there to help more. Just a great moment. Really fucking great moment. I love it. Absolutely amazing. We do get a little explanation then from Zatanna about that her father used to look into called the Dark Roads, something they could use to potentially help them. Before we then cut over to our friends in Metropolis. We have Jimmy, Siobhan, Lena, and Lex here. Bearded Lex Luthor. Bearded memory lost Lex Luthor. Who is a vibe, I think.
It's certainly a vibe. Also, Jimmy and Siobhan's romance is just
it's so sweet.
Adorable. I'm like,
the fact that Williamson is still just finding the time to get in these great little character moments. Once again, it's just where this run has another date night issue for them.
Please,
yes,
please,
absolutely.
Or a backup or something. Like let this couple
give them next year's Valentine's Day issue, please. I would love that. Would absolutely love that. We just had How to Lose a Guy Gardner in 10 days, which is beautiful. But yeah, no, I love this. I love this couple, and the fact that Williamson is still finding time for these great little character moments. I think it's great.
It also makes I also love just Williamson using the extended supporting cast continually and making them relevant. Like, it's a knack that a lot of modern day comics forget about, that like superheroes have non-powered supporting cast members.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes they're the important stuff. And I feel like Absolute Power is a time for those characters to shine, since everybody's lost their powers.
Yeah, everyone's lost their powers. What greater time for the people that regularly don't have powers to really shine? And so Williamson is really taking advantage of that. It's really great. They are then found by Peacemaker and his crew, and a fight begins to break out. But we end our issue then with the team getting saved by Lois Lane in a Superman power suit looking thing. It's great.
Here's the thing. I know we said everybody lost their powers, but you can't really take the superpower away from Lois Lane and her utter insanity.
Absolutely.
You cannot strip her of that. This woman is insane and will go to the ends of the earth to save her husband, her family, and her friends. And
as she fucking should.
DC has teased that Williamson is doing some stuff with Lois coming up that is going to be very exciting. Have a feeling that might be part of the resolution to this big arc.
Very possible.
Very possibly, yeah.
But yeah, then also I'm very interested by this final blurb here. Specifically the moment where they're like, don't miss Absolute Power number 2 next month. Trust us, do not miss that one. Don't know what that's all about. But otherwise, that's the end of our issue today. Fascinated. Absolutely fascinated. And also, something I'm really appreciating now that we've read 2 of these tie-ins for this is that I'm really appreciating seeing more of how this event is affecting the larger DC universe. Something that you can't quite do just through a main series, just like the main title, Absolute Power. Is something that I'm appreciating seeing expanded upon more. Whereas it's seeing how it's affecting heroes directly in like Wonder Woman, or seeing how it's affecting regular people here in Superman. It's really nice, and it's doing a great job to just expand on that. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit interesting to see how things go with the fact that this is a big event, that the main series is only 4 issues, and there's a big 7-issue miniseries
that
tie-in
covering it all. So
we'll
see. We'll see how long we can get by without it. I think we can do it. I believe in us.
I think we can do it. Yeah. It's just...
all that said.
It's a lot. It's a lot, okay? Yeah.
Anyway, as always, check out other Fresh Face one-shots we do on the channel. Obviously, we've been doing Superman by Joshua Williamson, Wonder Woman by Tom King, and Batman the Brave and the Bold by Various. We've also been covering, obviously, the summer DC event of 2024, Absolute Power, as well as we just started the new Batman miniseries, Death in the Family. Robin lives this sort of alternate future in which Jason Todd lived. It's fascinating first issue. Check out our video on it. It's really great. Also, as a small tease, next month we're actually starting up a new ongoing for Fresh Face One Shots, and that's all I'll say on that for now. So be on the lookout for that. And otherwise, we have the main podcast, Fresh Face Comics. We're in the middle of a Marvel block right now. We just put out our episode on the 3rd volume of Uncanny X-Men by Chris Claremont, and coming up next we have Daredevil by Frank Miller and Klaus Janson, Volume 3. So check all that out.
So we're technically ending our first Marvel run.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So check all of that out. Also, as always, our link trees and everything will be in the description below. You can check out our socials there, wherever you want to follow us. Subscribe to Bullet Studios, and I think that about does it. So thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan
and Jacob Licklider.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.